Groove City.
Yo, what's up? I'm Lefty.
And I'm Rich Furniss, and welcome to another episode of Groove City.
Yes, we are very excited to bring somebody from right here in New York City that we are big fans of. Label boss, nasty producer, nasty DJ. Please give it up for Pinto.
What's good, guys?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Woo.
Thanks
you
for
doing?
having me. Good.
Thanks for coming down and joining us.
Of course, man, of course.
You been good?
Same old, man. I just got back from Australia like 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah, I saw that.
Still in like jet lag a little. Nah, I'm good now.
Very exciting.
It took a lot of time.
How was it over there?
Sick. Australians are nuts.
Yeah, you were saying the parties are really good.
Yeah, I played 8 shows and I did 6 in one weekend. So that was like,
Wow.
Holy shit.
by the 6th show, I literally like couldn't even speak.
Yeah.
Nah, it was sick, man. Unreal.
Damn, that's crazy.
Unreal.
How long were you there for total?
Basically 12 days because it was
Okay.
a 2-week trip, but it takes a day and a half to get there,
Yeah.
basically.
Nice.
And then it takes a day to get back. So I was there 12 full days. So I had a decent amount of time.
Just enough time to get acclimated to the time change.
Literally, I had no time to acclimate. Like, I got there and I just started playing. I'm like landed, had one day to kind of chill, and then it was like
And you just wake up at 4 a.m. every day or whatever.
I
it
like
is?
woke up that morning like super weird too, and I don't know, the music, the people, they just give you a ton of energy.
Nice.
So it was
First time in Australia?
first time.
Excellent. How'd you like it? The food, the culture over there?
It was cool, man. Like I think it's so far, but it honestly feels like the States. I feel like a lot of people like
very Americanized. I
Yeah,
feel
like-
especially if you're on the TV, there's like 4 Fox channels over
Exactly.
there. You're like, what's going on over here?
I feel like so many people were like, how was it? Was it so different? And I'm like, honestly, no, man. Like everyone, it's diversity. There's a ton of cultures there, food, music. It's the
The
same.
coffee's good everywhere.
Apparently the coffee is like the best. Like,
Very
when
good.
my
You can go
Australian friends-
anywhere.
Actually.
Oh, the Aussie. You order a cup of coffee, you get a cappuccino, and then they put like an inch of cocoa powder on top, and it's fucking amazing, dude. Yeah.
You can't call it iced coffee though. I was like, can I just get an iced coffee? They're like, what? I'm
Yeah.
like,
What?
what is that? It's an iced latte. I learned that
Oh.
within like the first hour of getting there. So.
Interesting. Yeah.
So yeah, it was awesome, man. Awesome.
And one of the best Aussie delicacies they have over there. I don't know if you tried it, but they have potato wedges
Nah, I
that are
didn't.
like French fries, but they're like little wedges,
What
and
makes it such a delicacy?
they serve them. They only eat this over there this way, but they serve them with sweet Thai chili sauce and sour cream.
Oh, I'm
Was it like an
in.
Asian
And the-
spot or no?
No, it's like a national dish, I think. It's so good though. Yeah, wedges. I think they're just called wedges over there. Potato wedges.
Nah, the food
They're
was
fucking
sick.
slamming.
I'd actually say the food in Melbourne was like amazing.
Yeah, Melbourne's a dope city. Melbourne's like the New York of Australia.
Yeah, very New
Great
York.
music scene.
Yeah, a lot of
It was-
art, a
it
lot of
was
popping
sick,
art,
man.
sculptures everywhere. Beautiful city. A
The
little more
parties
city-like.
there were just like,
Yeah.
not every city gets it, and like New York definitely gets it. Like Chicago gets it. Like I feel like Montreal really gets it.
Yeah.
Melbourne really got it, bro. I walked in and
Nice.
people are just like in your face.
The Jackin House
They're just-
King
they're just
entering the
ready to
building.
go, man.
Awesome, man. Well, enough about Australia, but we can dive back into it a little bit later. We want to learn a little bit more about your history and what got you into music to begin with, and what were you into at a younger age? When did you finally get into dance music? What got you into DJing?
So it started a long time ago. So I actually started making beats when I was 10. I'm 31 now.
Okay.
Basically, my brother's 8 years older than me. Shout out to my brother, because I would have never got into it if it was for him. So my brother was making hip hop. He was 18, I was 10.
Okay.
And like being from Queens and Long Island, coming from like immigrant parents who like love disco and soul and Spanish music, I feel like hip hop and dance music come from all those things.
Facts, yeah.
So I like started sampling at a young age and like
What was your first DAW?
Fruity Loops.
Free Loops? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think I used Cubase like twice too, a little bit.
Yeah.
Classic.
But it was definitely Fruity Loops, and yeah, that just kind of got me into it. But it was just hobby. Like I just would make beats. I would like rap over them sometimes. Like,
Oh no, yeah, bro, bust them out.
dude,
Pull them back out.
Wait, when you were 10?
I started rapping at like 13. I was not good.
Nice.
But my rapper name was Sickly Nice.
Sweet.
It's a good name. I dig it.
Dude, so
Is
it
it
was
like
just
sickly, sickly?
no, it was like I don't even remember how I spelled it, man. But it was sick, so I started doing that, and then
Did your brother, like, was he showing you a lot of stuff? Did you have the benefit of him kind
yeah,
of like
I mean,
walking
my
through?
brother is like a great producer. He stopped making music, but he just has so many ideas. And I'm definitely someone, you give me an idea and I'll run with it. He could just make like 4,000 ideas. Like that was his thing. And yeah, we were just kind of making music. It was fun. I ended up actually getting a scholarship to play soccer at St. John's.
Oh, nice.
And then, so I kind of stopped making music. Like, yeah, I basically stopped making music because I devoted all my time to soccer. And then, like, I wasn't playing, so I was like kind of sad and whatever. And my roommate happened to be a DJ. So then this is when I started getting to DJ.
The calling came back.
Yeah, like, because I stopped making music, and then I was like, oh, he had like this DJ set up in our kitchen, and I'm like,
Did he have like turntables, or what did he have?
Nah, he had like some controller, and he was
Okay.
using like record box, and I'm like, this is sick. And he was from Sweden, so he liked dance music again. And like, I feel like in the States, it takes us a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Kind of what like made you move from like the hip hop to more dance stuff?
Exactly. So he was showing me that, and then like the big room stuff was really popular at the time. This is 13 years ago, in 2010.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I basically started DJing. I was like an open format DJ to start,
Yeah.
but wanted to be like house. So I would play like maybe 70% house music. And then I'd say 2010, I'd say about 2013, I started digging deeper. And then I started making Jackin stuff at like 2014, 2015.
What was the track, like first like EDM track that like hit you and like this is what I want to do?
It was actually Leave the World Behind, Swedish House Mafia.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Because it was kind of houseier. Like,
It was, yeah.
I definitely wasn't into like the big room electro stuff. I definitely was into more of the Swedish style that was a little bit like bouncier.
Yeah.
I liked Sonny James Ryan Marciano, who are actually from the Dutch, but I just liked the bouncy, maybe chords, but like driving bass lines. So yeah, that was the record. I love that.
So
record.
What was the one that did the Jackin house that made you be like, oh, yo, I want to start making Jackin house?
That's a tough question. It was probably J. Paul Ghetto, Happy Home. He's from
Okay.
Boston. He put it out on Guest House Music, which is DJ Mess's label.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard it like in 2014, 2015, and I was like, oh, this is sick. And it kind of like was like, oh, I could like sample records and add like Jackin, New York, Chicago drums.
Yeah.
And it will feel natural because like I'm kind of just going back to where it all started.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of how it began.
What clubs, like in the city, when you were playing open format when you first got into it? Was that in Long Island? Was it here in New York?
It was mostly, I started in Long Island, but I kind of ventured in Manhattan pretty quick. I was
Nice.
playing like Highland Ballroom a lot. I
Oh,
had like a
okay.
residency there. Like I played there
That's
like
dope.
every other week.
Sick.
I did like Griffin. I did like just some of the meatpacking spots. I don't even remember some of their names. But yeah, that was basically when I started doing open, like still open format stuff. Yeah, a lot of meatpacking places.
I'm curious. We've had this discussion with other guests on the show. Do you feel like because you were an open format DJ first that it kind of helped you when you became more genre specific?
100%. I just feel like being able to read the crowd and look up and connecting with people is like a strength of mine as a DJ.
Facts. I
And
think
I
it's
just-
one of the biggest strengths for any DJ, honestly.
And I think as an open format DJ, like you kind of have to entertain, right? And like
Yeah.
sometimes in dance music, you don't have to. Like some DJs just play music and like totally
This is
cool.
my set. Yeah.
But for me, I want to entertain. I want like to look up. I want to connect with people. I want to smile. I want to laugh.
Yeah.
I do end up playing like some vocally stuff and like some classic house to like if I kind of see the energy dip, like I'll see that. And
Yeah.
I also love that style of music too. So yeah, I think it's helped me a ton.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a great skill that, a lot of people who come in being like, I just want to do this, don't necessarily get. And honestly, I love your DJ sets because in the best possible way, you DJ like an open format DJ,
Yeah.
where you can tell you're reading the crowd, you mix it up, you're not afraid to take chances on the floor a lot. And I think that's something a lot of people who might just have a pre-planned stuff, they're like, oh, these work together. But when you're kind of doing it on the fly and you're
Yeah.
like mixing it up like that, it gives the room a different type of energy.
I like make mistakes all the time when I play.
Yeah.
Like I always make little mistakes,
Yeah.
but it's just because I'm kind of being risky and
I think
playing
it's
music
about not
quick.
being afraid to make those mistakes. You know what I
For
mean? You
sure.
can tell like a safe set versus oh no, he's having fun up there.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, there's maybe like a handful of DJs in the room that are going to pop up. What if you have a little scuff in your mix or something like that? But everybody else is having a great time. Who gives a shit?
They don't
Exactly.
know. Yeah.
They have no idea. I used to like really be like insecure about it, but now
Same.
even in my recorded sets, you'll watch, like I made like 2-3 mistakes, but it's because I'm
Who
like
cares? Yeah.
playing acapellas, I'm mixing quicker. Like,
Yeah, man.
I'm playing classic records that don't have an intro. Like I'm kind of trying to do a little bit more.
Free flowing.
I think people just appreciate somebody really doing it, and not playing
sure.
pre-recorded shit. So it's like,
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
it's way better that
That's
way.
why I love lefty sets as well, baby.
There you go. I'm fucking up left and right. Dude. Ricky loves it.
I mean, I'm flawless.
There you go. Oh, nice. So when were you always Pinto, or did you change from your rap alias when you were open format DJing?
When I was, no, so by the time I got to open format, I was already Pinto. But when I first started as Joey Pinto, Joey's my first name.
Nice.
But like, I felt like I sounded like a kid. And then I was thinking of doing like Joseph Pinto, like Joseph Capriati, you know? Like, I was thinking stuff like that, but I didn't really like that either. And then my dad's name, my dad's last name from his mom is Donoso. So I also thought about doing Joseph Donoso. But again, everyone called me Pinto, so that would have felt unnatural.
I don't know, but Joe Donoso sounds...
It kind of
shit right there.
It kind of did sound kind of cool a little bit. And then
sounds like it makes a mean sandwich, that guy, dude.
So then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna do Pinto. And then there was another Pinto in Mexico. So I played there in Mexico City back in 2018.
Nice.
And there was kind of like a little beef because they're like, oh, who is this guy? Like, whatever. So then I was like, all right, I gotta add the NYC because like there's like Weiss UK and like I've seen it before.
It's a common thing now,
Yeah. So then I was just like, do I change my name again? And then I just did see some people putting, you know, their cities in it. And obviously I'm from New York, so it has a cool ring to it.
Yeah.
And when I tour, like I really represent New York like I try to really well. So I actually like that my name is Pinto NYC technically.
Nice.
Yeah.
Named after Z100's, Mr. Leonard's, Pinto. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. A New York City radio legend.
No
from
way.
Z100. He's, you know, they had like guests that would call in and say funny
of
jokes.
course.
And he famously had a lime green Pinto was his whole thing.
No way.
And they moved. They're in the city, and they moved their offices, and they painted the offices all Pinto green or lime green.
No
his
way.
Pinto, I mean, yeah.
That's sick, man.
It was a whole thing.
I gotta check it out.
Mr. Leonard. Shout out, Mr. Leonard.
So, you know, you started kind of diving back into the Jackin house thing. Did you feel like you had to start producing to like elevate the career? Was that kind of part of the reason of like going back into production after taking that break?
Yeah, so I actually was making EDM stuff from like 2010 to 2014.
Okay.
So I was like kind of trying to do that route, but then I was like...
Were you making them like kind of just for you, or were you releasing them?
I was kind of making like top 40 remixes and stuff so I could like play them out. And
like Big Room, like Avicii, Swedish House Mafia
I was
stuff.
doing... Even like Dancing Astronaut supported some of my stuff.
Oh,
so I was getting a little bit of love there, but again, it didn't really feel like me. And then I was like talking to my brother, and then he's like, I think you should like start sampling more. And then I heard the Happy Home track by J. Paul Ghetto. And then I was making music to make a career out of it. Like I didn't want to be an open format DJ anymore. So I basically stopped DJing from like 2014 to like 2016, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then that's like when I moved to Brooklyn and I started like trying to play in Bushwick. And yeah, that was always goal. I wanted to be a DJ and producer. I didn't want to just be a DJ. And even if I did house music, I just wanted to play my own stuff too. But it took time for me to like create that brand and stuff.
I mean, it all takes time.
Yeah,
I think that's one thing too, like a lot of people get into it and they're like, oh, like I want to make this happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's like, they realize like how many years it takes to get to, you know, to get to this place.
For sure. It
Long
takes a
ass
ton of
time,
time, man.
Yeah, facts.
At what point did you decide to get into the business side of the industry and start your label? And if you want to tell any viewers out there a little bit about it, so if they aren't familiar.
So it's kind of funny. I didn't really want to be a label owner straight up. Like it just, with music and work and life, like I just felt like now I need to take on another thing. But I tell this to people all the time. If you want to get into this, you got to be a DJ, producer, promoter, label owner. You got to be like a freaking marketing genius.
Graphic designer. Dude.
You got to be a model. Like you got to
dude.
get pictures done every month. So like I knew to progress my DJ producer career, I needed to start a label. So a lot of people were in my ear like, yo, you got to start a label. You got to do it. And then like COVID happened and I'm like, you know what? This is the perfect time to like, you know, invest in like, you know, finding a good logo, a name. And yeah, and that was basically it. I didn't really want to do it. I just felt I needed to. And thankfully I did, because it's definitely like progressed my career. I mean, my biggest record was technically on my record label.
Amazing.
So it's definitely helped a ton.
Still charting.
Somehow, some way, I don't know how, but it's like still 20 on Jackin somehow. But
That's amazing.
it's crazy.
Killing it.
What was the first record you ever released on a label?
It was J. Paul Ghetto's label too, Happy Feet.
Yeah.
It was in 2016. And it went like top 20 on TrackSource.
Oh,
it was like top
sick.
10.
Wow.
I sampled the Be Happy sample.
Okay.
Don't. and just added some Jackin drums. It's like some.
You're
Curtis
talking about
Mayfield.
the do, 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 do,
No.
do.
Be happy is
That's what I'm thinking of.
be happy. I can't sing. Da-na-na-na-na. I don't know, but it's a Curtis Mayfield sample.
Okay.
And it just goes doom, 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 doom. And I just sped it up and then added some Jackin drums. And then I'm
you
like,
go.
oh, wow, this is top 20. And it went really well.
Nice.
So yeah, that was the first one.
Do you think that that really helped to propel you and like, I guess, solidify the fact that you were on the right path?
Yeah, I think when I saw it do really well, it did. And then it also just reminded me of making beats when I'm 10 and now I was like 24.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this all actually makes sense too, because it's
It goes
like,
full circle.
I'm not like making tech house or techno because like, oh, I went to a club. Like I'm making music that feels true to my heart, like sample driven, hip hop from New York,
Yeah.
Queens. I'm sampling 70s and disco stuff and it just felt natural.
Yeah.
And then when it did so well, I was like, oh, this is sick. And my next release was on Nervous and they signed like 2 tracks and then
Sick.
that one charted too. So again, I was like, oh, I'm definitely on
This
the
is the
right
way.
path. And then I just kept to it.
Nice, man.
I feel like a lot of like people who started as hip hop producers, I actually started making boom bap beats as well. That's like was
Yeah.
back in Acid Pro days. But I feel like a lot of people go into the Jackin house thing because it feels very similar with the sampling and
For sure.
like redrumming pieces and all of that.
For sure. Yeah, no, I love it, man. It's not the most popular genre, and it's definitely like, you know, it's not as big as tech house, techno, and like what runs really most of the scene. But again, I never did this to like just make it. Like I was never looking for trends. For me, it's like stay true to your heart. Like if you love it, just keep doing it. And if you make it, amazing. If you don't, just enjoy all the friends,
journey.
the people that we've met, like here in this room, just from music. So
Yeah.
that's really like my
It's a
vision.
great message. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
my
think-
vision.
I think that's a good message for anybody who's watching. You know, it's like, I think a lot of people genre chase or try to go after what they know is going to be popular, what's popular in the scene. I mean, I definitely did for years, but I think the emotion when it's true to you really comes out through the music. And I think that creates another level of connection with the audience.
For
you know?
sure.
People know when you love it and when you don't.
Exactly.
Any exciting plans for next year that you have on radar that you can talk about? Because this will be coming out probably a little bit, you know, into the year. So
So I'm actually back in Canada January 13th
Nice.
in Ottawa. So at this club called City at Night. So it's gonna be cool. Really cool event. Shout out to Chad Family Matters for hooking that up.
Dope.
And then I have music coming out on January 12th on my label. It's like a jazzy kind of like techno record a little bit.
Nice.
A little
Little
different.
different for
A little
Jazzy
different.
techno. All right, I'm
And
excited.
then I have a big one, and it's like another kind of techno record too, coming out on Cats and Dogs labels, Pets
Oh,
Recording.
dope.
Nice.
So that one I signed like over a year ago. It just took a lot of time to clear the sample, and I actually got the email literally like this week.
Oh,
That
congratulations.
congrats.
it's out. I'm excited about that one, man. That one's like a really big room record. I've been
Sick.
playing it out for like the last year and a half, and every time I play, everyone's like, "Whoa!"
Are we gonna hear it in your mix today?
If you want, but it's just gonna bang the room a little bit.
Bang the room, man. We've had people tear it up in there. Yeah. The door is closed and it's
then.
loud.
I'll
so-
play it. Yeah, it's a big record. I don't even play it every set. It's got to be like a nightclub setting because
Yeah.
it's just like it's just a
Slams.
big techno record. Yeah,
Sick, man.
yeah, man.
Well, that's really excited. We're really excited to also hear your mix coming up in a little bit.
Yeah, make sure you guys check in this playlist, link below. Check out the set.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us, man.
Thank
We're
you
gonna
guys for
dive
having
in.
me, man.
Make sure you guys check out Pinto NYC. Tell them where they can find you on your socials.
So I would say just go on my Instagram, Pinto Music NYC, and you just go to the link, and then you'll kind of see my SoundCloud, TikTok, Twitter, see my threads. You'll see me talk about the Knicks sometimes, whatever.
Nice, nice.
You'll see my real life in there, you know?
Right on. Well, appreciate you coming out and joining us today for Groove City, and we'll catch your set in a little bit.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
I'm Rich Furniss.
And I'm Lefty. Peace.